Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where we are in a situation here, I think, where things are under control. I think we've got this back where we need to be. So we're making a good amount of cash here, 110k per month. Is that accurate? I think I might have run it briefly. So yes, that is accurate. I did update it correctly. Now, landed voting is currently being enacted. We don't necessarily actually want to enact this. We do want this revolution to go away, which it will in a bit. So we want that to go away, and our number of radicals is dropping off. That's exactly what we want to see, and we want to see our GDP really start to recover here. We just got the analytical philosophy department for our universities. What would that actually end up getting for us? So our universities here can go to the analytical philosophy department. It'll consume more paper, but not by a huge amount. And it'll give a lot more qualifications and innovation. So we'll go ahead and run that. I think that will definitely be something that will be good to do. So that's great. And we do need an additional tech at this point. Now, we're getting close to having all of the technologies. We're not quite there yet. I'm seeing an innovation already coming in NCO training and stormtroopers. So I'm thinking we maybe just go for like concrete fortifications here. This is just a flat army defense and morale loss boost. So I think that's okay. We'll just grab that. Cool. But we're more focused economically right now. Now, I do want to check in. We have low market access in Pomerania and in Elbe. In both of those cases, if we can get zoomed in there, that first zoom is always tough. But if we can get zoomed into Pomerania here, I believe that we have sufficient railways. We just simply need to employ more people there. So that will be our main goal here. We are at 1.2% pop growth, which is really, really good. 578.22k. So that looks absolutely excellent. I'm pretty sure this is under control. So for the time being, we're not expanding our railways because what we need more than anything... Oh, Polish secession is happening? Only Posen would secede there. That's probably not a big deal. The turmoil is very high. Yes. But that's probably not a big deal. Why is it not giving us... Oh, never mind. I reversed these. I was like, hang on. 476 out of 502. No, it's not 502 out of 476. It's 476 out of 502. I was mildly confused there for a moment. But Posen is not particularly problematic to secede. We now have a 100% chance of enacting landed voting. Our current government will lose legitimacy from this, I believe. So, that'll probably drop us back down to an unacceptable government. However, who is it that's pushing for this? Industrialists and the trade unions. They're on the same side of this. Okay, whatever. So the Polish secession is going to happen here. And we let that happen. We're just going to beat them back into submission. That's the idea here. They're only going to take the one state with. It's not a big deal. So, let's see here. This is Radical Netherlands versus Netherlands. We declare neutrality here. We know that we have something upcoming. And I'm noting that our loyalists are increasing and our radicals are decreasing. This is very good. So the Polish secession happens here. Okay. That's fine. They abandoned us. We don't care. So all we're going to do is we're going to have like Otto von Oldenburg here mobilize, and he's going to go advance the front in Westphalia. Cool. So he'll arrive there soon enough. Now, will anybody be upset with us? Or will anybody lean the Polish uprising? It's possible, but I don't think they will. I think overall they're going to be like, whatever, it's an internal matter. So, hopefully. Okay, that was law enforcement investment going up. Okay, workplace safety goes up, so that should actually end our strikes. That's a very big deal. Yes, our strikes were now completed. The unions can be more involved in politics, I suppose. Actually, 20% becoming more loyalist of laborers and machinists either way Interest group approval and interest group pop attraction. I actually would prefer to have the approval right now, I think. Okay, so we do that. This revolution is ticking down. But will it go away before landed voting gets enacted? I don't know, but does it matter? Because having more people in our government may end up being better off for us with landed voting. I don't know. We'll have to look at that. I'm looking right now at our taxation level. We can gain 10 legitimacy from turning our taxes down. That is definitely an option. The question is, how much are we going to lose from this? If we go into here... plus 25% government ideology penalty, 90 legitimacy from government clout, and 30 from votes. This is now saying that we would gain legitimacy? Perhaps. If that's so, then we're in favor of it. Because getting our radicalism down, which it has dropped by a dramatic amount recently. So getting our radicalism down is going to be a very big deal. In fact... this dropped a lot recently. That's really good. So we can see that our GDP is on the mend. That's exactly what we want to see. So currently nobody is leaning on the side of the Polish uprising. Cool. We'll see if that continues. Social Security investment goes up as well. So all of these institutions are what's causing the massive drive of radical reduction. And the increase of loyalists, although there's more radicals being destroyed than loyalists being created, which makes sense based on how that works. Okay, we now have landed voting. So, we'll have to look into that. Women in the North German Federation have begun organizing to campaign for their right to vote in general elections. Sure. I would not necessarily be opposed to this, but the bigger thing that we want... I mean, this is neither here nor there, right? We can say a worthy cause. But what we really, really want here is women in the workplace. We cannot do that right now. But we can work towards that. So our country is in a state of civil war, of course. Nobody has joined the other side as of this point. There's going to be an election in 177 days, and it is currently projected that the Progress Party will win. The intelligentsia and the armed forces. Okay. Now, we'll have to see how this whole democracy thing works. But we need to look right now at our legitimacy. So we have an unacceptable government right now. Preserve landed voting. We have landed voting. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Why is this here? You can give up on that. Austria sided with the Polish uprising. What a bunch of jerks. And after we went through all of that progress to help put them in power, too. What are you doing, Austria? You're a bunch of jerks. Okay, so that, of course, means that we need to mobilize much more heavily. That's incredibly unfortunate. So we'll get all of these guys mobilized. They're going to defend at the Westphalia South Tyrol front. Something like this. And then this guy, we're going to put him into Posen. Okay. So this revolution goes away, in theory. Now, we're at a position now where our radicals are starting to tick up. Again. So we need to get this revolution gone. There we go. And with that done, now I would like to reform the government. If we were to do this, that puts us at illegitimate. This is up a little bit. Okay. It's very awkward. There's a call for women's suffrage here. And can we actually do that? And who would be in favor of it? So let's see here. Rights of women, women's suffrage. The trade unions oppose this. But we can't actually do this at this point. This is grayed out. This is not a possibility. So we're going to tick on forward here, and we should probably mobilize our reserves. So we should activate conscripts. And, oh yeah, this is just quite awkward, the way that this works. But we'll just go from the bottom up here. And we'll activate all of our conscripts. Okay. Now, we have some battalions in reserve right now. But that's, I guess, okay for the moment. And we're hoping... Well, Austria hasn't... No, Austria has decided to join this. They've been promised an obligation. Okay. So, we are going to go into our buildings here. And going into here, we're going to turn up our military spending again. Now, this is going to be pretty expensive, but that's okay. Let's see here. Trench infantry is the best we can do right now. Siege artillery, motorized reconnaissance, machine gunners, and field hospitals. Okay, so we're going to make our military be somewhat better. Perfect. Another thing that we can do is we can crank up our military wages. And that also seems acceptable? Yes, it does. That also seems acceptable. Cool. So, Austria declared us their rival. What a bunch of jerks. Hey, France. Can we do anything here? This is too late, I think. Yeah, we're in the countdown to war right now. So, unfortunately, I don't think that we can get anybody to join us. I would love to bring in... Well, both of these are pretty weak, actually. Okay. So, we estimate an 89% advantage on the Posen front. How many other fronts are there going to be? As of right now, I'm only showing the one front. Sure, we can do a treatise on the rights of women. Okay. Organized crime is apparently a thing. That's expensive. I'm sure the authorities can handle it. So we're going to need to back off on some decrees, I think, here. Or actually, we are running exclusively consumption taxes right now. So we can back off on some of the crappy consumption taxes. We knew that these were absolutely terrible. So we definitely back off on these. They don't make us hardly anything, and they'll put us back positive in our authority. Okay, cool. So this war is going to break out soon. There's an election brewing here, of course. We've got some battalions in reserve. This is unfortunately going to kill some people. We would really prefer that this doesn't happen. We would really prefer that. So we can see down here that we are at a pretty big negative advantage down on the South Tyrol front. So we're going to look to buy as much time as we can down here. What is this guy at? He's at the Westphalia Posen front. We're actually going to move this guy over to the South Tyrol front. We need additional people down here. And we're just looking to defend there. We just finished automatic machine guns, though. The Devil's Paintbrush, huh? So plus 10% defense or Stalwart Defender. Plus 10 defense and surprise and careful maneuver chance. We'll go ahead and do that. Cool. Okay, so things have improved on this front, but they're not great. And we can see that Austria is really pouring the troops in here. So how many troops do we have in reserve right now? 9 battalions. Let's go ahead and... Actually, where are these? Where are these 9 battalions at? They are mostly in the Rhine HQ, but they're also in the Poland HQ. Okay. So this guy is... What HQ is he operating out of? I'm not sure, but I'm going to promote him. And also Paul von Hindenburg, I think. Nope. This guy? No. That guy can't be promoted. Yes. This guy. Cool. So we can see we're losing money right now, but we've got a lot of credit for the moment. So that seems okay. We're battling out over here. And we should end up winning over this way. The campaign financing here, we kind of don't want to give money to the Nazi party, I don't think. I think we'll pass on that one. Minus 10% momentum. The Nazis cannot get enough funding. I'm okay with that. Cool. So we're just looking to defend on this front over here. How is our conscript mobilization going? It's still in progress. Okay, we can identify, or we can actually activate additional conscripts, and we will definitely do so. Okay. Standard of living is increasing. That's very, very good. Our radicals are going down. Our loyalists are coming up. The main problem right now is Austria. So, the question is, can we get Posen back under control here before we lose to Austria? And possibly get out of this war. Now, what would the concessions be? It's just to revoke North German claims. Got it. So if we were to propose this peace deal, no party would agree to this right now. The Polish uprising has 188 reasons not to do this. That said, we're definitely doing a lot of damage to them here. Now, Austria has mobilized their forces apparently a lot faster than us. They can raise a lot of conscripts. So 4016 versus 4700. Fascinating. Okay, so we have some input goods shortages. Opium, ammunition. These things absolutely are very high priority to import. So we're going to import ammunition anywhere we can. We've got lots of convoys, so that'll be fine. We're going to import opium anywhere we can. There we go. So we're getting some of that stuff. That'll be good. We've also... We should probably consider building ammunition factories. So let's go into our industry. And we can build some munitions plants here. So we can take this up to, I guess, level 15 since I messed that up. So that should be +8. Westphalia can be increased in size. There's no actual reason to do this in multiples of 5, by the way. I just choose to. Okay. Something like that. That should be good. I'm also going to build 10 in Bavaria and 10 in Franconia. Cool. All of that is going to be pulling out of our investment pool. So that is absolutely fine. No problem whatsoever there. We may have to turn up our taxes a little bit. I'm very not okay with our unacceptable government here, but we'll see what that ends up looking like post-election, which is in 97 days. So we're going to tick forward here. And we're trying to just cause a stalemate down over here. Now, I do want to make sure, is there seriously only the 2 fronts? Let's see here. Yes, there's definitely only the 2 fronts. Okay. So we're just trying to get as much defense done over there as we can. But it looks like we are about to take control of Posen, I think. If I'm reading this correctly. So we get what we need here. Okay, there's another battle ongoing. Which, of course, we should win. Posen is nearly under our control. Franconia here, we're having some difficulties with. Scandinavia wants a trade agreement. We accept that. Cool. And we still have an opium input goods shortage. That's not shocking. So, to that end, we could try to import more, but there's really nothing good there. So yeah, we're not shocked that we have opium input goods shortages. Okay. We're very close to getting Posen under our control. Yeah. This is all going to be very awkward for us. Is this... Seriously, I keep thinking there has to be other fronts here, but there's literally only the two. That's wild to me. So we're definitely going to need to deal with our finances situation, right? There's no doubt about that. And we're probably going to need to pause construction eventually as well. But for right now, what we're really interested in is this. So, at this point, if we were to propose this peace deal, they're at minus 98 reasons. However, these guys are now done. So Otto von Hindenburg is now advancing at the Westphalia-South Tyrol front. All we're going to do is swap him over to defending the front. There we go. Hello, pause menu. And we're going to hop into here and hopefully... Yeah, we can see that our conscripts, we need more conscripts. But it is what it is. We're just going to try to defend as best we can. And these guys are fully occupied at this point. So they are losing war support at this point. They would refuse this current peace deal. Which is sad. And our costs are really going up. Now, what are the primary costs here? Probably opium. Actually, it's ammunition. It is ammunition. And our investment pool is empty, which is a big part of the reason for that. So these ammunition plants are going to be done in like 20 weeks. That's quite a while. That is quite a while. Oil was discovered in Saratov. Okay. All we're looking to do is defend here. Our election is in 26 days. And we're watching their war support drop quickly. Very quickly. So they're now at minus 47. Would they accept this peace deal? No. But perhaps on the next week tick. Now, we're definitely losing on this front. That's expected. All we're trying to do is delay at this moment. Okay. So there's now a peace deal proposed. They are giving us what we want. We accept this. Cool. Now, if we remain at war with Austria, which we did not, but if we had remained at war with Austria, we could have capitulated at that point. Now, we definitely had some losses there. That's for sure. But we ended up winning that war functionally. That's really, 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 really good. So, we can now go in and turn down our military wages again. That brings us back into positive. Fantastic. And our election is now in 8 days. So let's tick on forward. We're still going to make all these munitions plants because that is still positive for us in terms of cash. So that's looking good. And the Progress Party won with 71% of the vote. So we have a free government reform here. And at this point, we're definitely going to bring in the Progress Party. That gives us +1. If we ditch the Junkers, that actually puts us back into a contested government. Now I'm going to test all of these, but I don't think any of them are going to be useful for us. Correct. So that puts us back into a contested government. That's really, really good. I wish I knew what was dropping our costs here, but that's okay. So, women's suffrage. There's still a call for women's suffrage going on. I don't... Oh, we can do that now. The trade unions oppose it, but that would just bring them to neutral. It would radicalize the evangelicals. I'm not sure that we care about that, though. Let's start enacting women's suffrage here. Although it's going to take quite a while at 21.8%. Okay, so the Junkers were just ticked over to unhappy. That dropped our tax income. Can we get away with things? That's the question. Oh, and we also want to drop our military back down here. And that should actually completely fix our economic problem. Beautiful. We may have some unproductive trade routes now as well. And indeed we do. We'll get rid of those. Fantastic. We still have an oil input goods shortage. This is not surprising. We can import a little bit from the Dutch and the British. That seems okay. And we've got huge market access issues over in Posen. This is primarily due to something. Probably just lack of employment, I think, over here. I'm guessing that's what's going on. So, over here, checking in on their railway. That is fully employed. Noted. So this absolutely does need additional railway up over here in LB. Because if this is fully employed, then we need more. Wait, this is in LB. Did I have the wrong thing selected? I may have. Let's see here. This railway is... Yeah, we can just cancel that. It's unable to fully hire. That's the problem. So, looking at our other market access. Posen is the big one, but we just conquered that back. So, I'm assuming... Yes, that is correct. Looking at their population here... How many unemployed do they have? 100k peasants and 3 unemployed. Okay. Should be okay. So we'll work on getting Posen back under control here. And our radicals are currently chilling, it would appear. But with our GDP continuing to be on the mend, this should be fine. Now, these munition plants are going to finish up. And once they do, I expect that our investment pool will start to build again. So that should be just fine. We won our war against Austria, but not by winning against Austria. That is something that is definitely notable here. We were losing against Austria, so that's not really a huge concern, but it's okay. I'm not hugely upset about that. So Württemberg here, are you having the same issue of not having enough people? No, actually. Württemberg absolutely should have a railway built. The others, on the other hand, aren't really in that situation. So Posen, we need people working in the railway. In Pomerania, I believe we need people working in the railway. Yes. And in Elbe, this should be people working in the railway. Yes. So what we need here is employees. We are definitely working on getting our population up. It is now growing by 1.5% annually, or a workforce increase of about 700,000. So that's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to continue to work on a recovery. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringing. And a very special thank you, that is the wrong button, a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, James, Shadowwolf, MLohan80, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Unisol, Kadra, Rogue Corvid, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.